This video is part of a series of videos on how to stay engaged in your student role that have been designed by the occupational therapists from UCD, Trinity and TU Dublin. This talk is going to be about designing a new routine for yourself. As we will discuss a little later on, routines are important for lots of reasons. You may find that the closure of colleges and the need for social distancing due to COVID-19 has disrupted or completely halted your typical daily rhythms and routines. Changes like this, which are out of our control, can be very distressing. In this talk, I invite you to take back some control of the situation, reevaluate your current circumstances, and design a new routine for yourself. Before I start, I want to say that I know there is a lot of material on social media telling you how you should be managing these circumstances. While this can be really helpful, it can sometimes make us feel badly if we feel overwhelmed or like we're not doing things the right way. I want to reassure you that if you are finding things difficult, it's because this is a difficult situation. There is no one right way. I hope this video will help you find your right way to manage your routine. Before we jump into talking about designing a new routine, it's worthwhile to think a little bit about what a routine actually is. We use the word a lot, but we rarely have to define it. Simply put, a routine can be described as how we organize the things that we do in time. Before we go any further into what a routine is, it's important to also ask what a routine is not. A routine is not a strict schedule for every moment of your life. This will be quickly abandoned and is no help to anybody. Let's imagine our lives are like a book. Without a routine, each new day is a blank page. As you go through the day, you're writing on today's page. Having a blank page can be nice at the weekend. It gives you time to rest, relax, and unwind. Facing a completely blank page every day can be intimidating, though. You have to think about what you're going to do and when you're going to do it and in what order. Having a routine, then, is like filling in some headings. Start here, next this, now this. So having a routine is like setting out a structure for the day in advance to help you organize all of the things you need to do and make sure that they get done. One study looked at how a group of older women used routine to influence their well-being and found that routine was connected with, among others, the following positive outcomes: maintaining activity levels, meeting obligations, maintaining health, maintaining control, obtaining a balance of work, rest and play, accomplishing and achieving, feeling good about themselves. While this study does look at routine in relation to the older population, it does still have relevance to us. As you may know from working with an occupational therapist, OTs believe that doing the activities that are important and meaningful to us is good for our health and our well-being. Routine, then, is a tool for maintaining your well-being by structuring your time, managing your doing, and ensuring that the doing gets done. So we've spoken about what a routine is. Now let's talk about what's happening now. You will likely have had some sort of routine of getting up, going to college, exercising, seeing friends and family, whatever made up your daily rhythm before this. The changes which have come about as a result of COVID-19 have likely not just changed your rhythm, they've demolished it. If you're feeling stressed and uncertain, this is likely to be a big reason why. I'm going to talk you through how to go about analysing your old routine, making the most of what you've got, and developing a new healthy routine. Let's look at your old routine first. List out the most important activities that made up your weekly routine before the closure of the college. Include things like attending class, doing assignments, studying, seeing friends, homework, exercise, cooking. Pause the video now and do it. Think about whether you would describe these activities as work, for example, college work, paid employment, work around the house. Rest, things that nourish and recharge you like sleeping, meditating, being in nature. Or leisure, things that you do for fun. So, for example, maybe socializing with friends or playing sports. It's important to think carefully about what these activities mean to you, so that you can make sure you are creating a balanced routine. Some of you might still be waiting to hear if your classes will go ahead online. This is out of your control. Put an X beside these activities for now, and don't worry about them for the moment. They can make up a part of your routine when you know more. Some activities can continue as usual. You might have assignments or research projects that you can continue to work on. Put a star next to these. Some activities may not be able to continue as before, but might be adaptable to do at home. For example, you might not be able to visit a friend, but you could catch up with them over video chat. You might not be able to go to the gym, but maybe you can do an online exercise class. See our video on managing your mental health for more information on how you can adapt to doing activities in the home. Put a star next to any activities you can adapt for home. With a little tweaking, these can still make up a part of your routine while you're at home. Now let's think about activities you've had on the to-do list for a while. Maybe you've wanted to learn a language or a craft. List these activities out. Now might be an opportunity to try them. So now you should have a list of the activities you want or need to do each day. But routine isn't just about what you do, it's about when you do it. Some activities need to happen regularly, like preparing and eating your meals. Some happen once a day, like getting dressed or going to bed. Some activities need to happen at set times, for example, online classes, whereas some allow flexibility about when you do them. For activities that are fixed at a certain time, write down the day or time that you need to do them. For activities like getting up, going to bed, eating meals, try to pick regular times for these. Your body has its own internal rhythms, and being consistent about meals and sleep times is helpful. For flexible activities, think about when you're at your best or when your environments are most supportive of these activities. Are you a morning person? If so, think about doing your work early in the morning. Is your house quieter early in the morning or later in the afternoon? Plan your focused work around this. Now, make a plan. Remember, this is not a minute-to-minute schedule of your life from here on out. It's a guide for how you want to structure your time. There will and should be gaps and free time in your plan. The point is to plan out where you will fit in the things you need to and want to do in your day. You have a choice as to whether you want to make a general plan for how to structure every day. For example, exercise in the morning, college in the morning and the afternoon, leisure and socializing in the evenings. Or you can make a more specific plan for the day or the week ahead. This will depend on what works best for you. On the next few slides, I've shown a few different approaches you might use for designing your routine, using a timetable, a post-it planner, and a mind map. You can use a timetable like the one pictured to map out your time and slot in the most important activities. Just be careful not to over-plan, as the temptation can be to fill in all the slots. A really quick, clear and interactive way of planning out your routine is to write down your key tasks that you need to or want to do on post-its and organise them on the wall in your room under the time of day you want to do them, like in the example that's pictured above. If you like, you can colour code them by using different colours for different times a day or different types of activities. If you like mind mapping and you have software that you like to use, you can use it to make a more visual sort of plan for yourself, with or without the images. Finally, here are some tips to consider when you're drawing up your plan. Remember I asked you to label your activities as work, rest or leisure? Have a look at how balanced your days are. Are you spending too much time working and not enough time recharging? Can you tweak anything to fix this? Cues are really important in your day. In a typical day, the start and the end of classes cues you to take a break or move on to the next class. These cues might be missing while you're at home. Consider setting alarm reminders on your phone to help divide up the day and prompt you to take breaks and stick to your plan. Including other people in your plans helps to make sure that the things that need to get done do in fact get done. If you're bad at taking breaks, arrange to have lunch with a friend over FaceTime. If you're bad at getting started with study, maybe organise a remote study group over Skype. Get creative. Do set a regular sleep and wake cycle. It may be tempting to stay up late reading the news or watching TV, but it's unhelpful and it does have a knock-on effect the next day. One of the best things you can do to improve your sleep is to train your sleep habits by establishing a consistent sleep and wake time. Be sure to factor enough and not too much sleep into your plan. People between the ages of 18 and 64 should ideally be getting between 7 and 9 hours of sleep per night. Some things to consider when planning your routine are tasks which can be disruptive to other tasks. For example, doing strenuous exercise less than 4 hours before bed or eating and drinking certain foods within 4 to 6 hours of sleeping can be disruptive to your sleep pattern. Just because you're staying home doesn't mean you should give up the daily rhythm of getting washed and dressed. Continuing these sorts of activities does give a sense of normality and continuity to your days. Finally, be kind to yourself. The perfectionists amongst us will use a routine as one more thing to beat yourself up over. Remember, while these might be simple changes, it's not easy. So if it doesn't go according to plan, tomorrow is another day. For more information, please see your university's relevant website. Stay safe and look after yourself.